3 middle schoolers hospitalized for possible cannabis ingestion in Northridge.
Little bastards.
5 teenage girls were sickened, 3 of whom needed to be hospitalized after consuming what authorities suspect were cannabis edibles at Noble Charter Middle School in Northridge on Monday. Details are limited, and it's unclear how the edibles came into the group's possession, but all patients were conscious and breathing, according to Los Angeles Fire Department. Shout out LA Fire.
It was Yarrow yesterday.
3 girls were taken in fair condition to an area hospital, and the other 2 were released to parents and guardians at the scene. Paramedics have dealt with an increasing number of cannabis overdoses at Southern California middle schools in recent years. At least 8 teens were hospitalized just a few months ago after taking weed edibles on a school trip to the La Brea tar pits. Shout out those kids for wanting to have a good time.
Sounds like a great time. I'm like,
in addition,
do that next time I'm in LA.
In addition, almost exactly a year ago, THC gummies were found in a candy stash at a Halloween event held at an elementary school and made 1 student sick. Well, that's KTLA reporting.
What about the rest of the students who had a great time?
Oh boy, what do we do? What do we do about this, guys? Parents, fucking pay attention.
Protect the kids.
right.
Well, it's because you picked this article that I picked my article, which is about some proposed solutions. And so I think we have to acknowledge that edibles has changed the game in terms of over-ingestion for people who don't know their limits, and that would especially apply to explorative teens.
Especially these little goofy girls. Like, listen, I have a middle school son, and I would beat the brakes. I wouldn't actually beat my kid, but you know what I mean. Parker Dennis would have no Xbox, no PS5, no phone, no nothing. I'd put him in a closet with a bottle of water, and that's what he gets to play with. Like, this is insane. You have to pay attention to your kids. And I understand that this happened at school, but also we know as parents that the schools aren't protecting our kids. Look at what happens in U.S. schools all the time.
Yeah.
This is a tremendous ball drop on part of the school. And you mean the kids didn't die? They were conscious and breathing. Of course they were. They're just terrified.
Look, I mean, I think it's a lot to do with education. Like, it's like the sex ed that you had to go through in middle school and high school and stuff was to teach you and like learn you about the risks associated. It's the same way, right? It's like you have to understand that like consumption with these things, it's prevalent. I mean, with Snapchat, with all these telegrams, like those middle schoolers and high schoolers are on that shit too. If we think that they're not, we're kidding ourselves. It's like it's the access, the easy easy access to it that they can get, but it's okay. They can still access beer too, but if they understand what it is and why they should wait to consume it, or if they just have knowledge around it, maybe it'll deter them a little bit, just a little bit of knowledge. Because once it's this mysterious thing with this mystique surrounding it, that's like, I can't have it. Of course, we all understand that that child's going to really be, prone to going after and experimenting with those things. And if it's out of your supervision, then you really don't know what's going on. If it's with other kids, it's definitely going to happen. I mean, we weren't smoking weed by ourselves when we were 12 and 13 years old. We were doing it with our buddies. It's just how it is. So just be cautious. Just educate your kids and educate yourselves.
I just feel like there need to be a lot more better resources for parents in how to have these kinds of conversations with their kids.
It's a societal issue at this point, Jason. And the article that I'll be covering today talks about taking some of that burden off of just the parents and the schools. And I think there's no debate on this show that edibles are the most likely form factor that can create these issues.
Well, yeah, y'all watched after I ate 10 Space Gems the next morning, came on the show and didn't talk for the first 90 minutes of it. So
it was refreshing.
And you're a grown-ass woman.
And I'm a grown-ass woman. Exactly. I was just trying to sleep, y'all.
And responsible usage by the parents. I mean, if you're consuming cannabis and cannabis products, be smart about it. Don't put your stuff where your kids can reach it, because, maybe it's a coin toss whether they're getting it from somebody else or taking it from your stash. So just be aware and don't think that it can't happen to you. Because
my kid definitely stole weed from me when he was younger, and I literally had no idea. Maybe I was oblivious, maybe I didn't care, maybe whatever. But I always hid it from him. I was always hiding, so he was a snooper for sure. And
you can smell it, bro. Come on now.
No. Well, I never did it in the house, and it was always outside, and we always called it incense, right?
Well,
it's tough to wait. It's tough
I'm
to
incensed that he
educate.
took it from you and hasn't given you any money for it. Like,
I hear you, brother. I know. That's what I said. I was like, bro, you're gonna steal it. You're gonna have to pay.
Well, my dad stole my weed in high school and then made me roll it for him and then told me it was too strong. So the nerve of that guy. But I mean, at this point, like, you just really need to, kids are going to get it. They're going to get it. I got it.
Sure.
We all got it. I remember in high school, a bunch of kids got sent home because there was vodka in water bottles and everybody was puking then. I guess at least at Noble Charter School, there's a cautionary tale because I'm sure these middle school girls were having a real bad time. So hopefully their little friends saw it and realized that that's probably not the thing to do.
Yep.
Look, it's hard to give the kids the education when books are being banned, right? If it has the word marijuana,
those books are not talking about that. Those that are getting banned, stop it, Todd.
I agree.
Marijuana. No, I'm telling you, marijuana books are not in schools.
And
maybe we should stop pushing gender transitions on kids and start teaching them how to safely fucking stay away from the dumb things their friends are going to bring in their book back on the field trip.
I mean, penises and vaginas aside, I'm chomping at the bit to cover the next article, which talks about this issue.
Ladies and gentlemen, Yarrow